Well, I'll show up with Act 3 shortly.
You're listening to the Wayback Machine here on Gulf Islands Radio.
Nothing, said a famous general, except a battle lost, can be half so melancholy as a battle won. On the other hand, we have battles that were neither lost nor won. They were never fought. A victim of such is our friend Bernard O'Keefe, who is relating these and sundry sad details to his faithful chronicler, O. Henry.
And so do I understand, Bernard, that at the first whiff of villainous saltpeter, your brave army simply melted away?
Melted. Those cowardly scoundrels dissolved, evaporated.
Leaving you, as it were, alone to face the foe.
That's as naked a statement of truth as I ever heard.
Then what happened?
Well, sir, violent hands were laid on me. I was dragged to the presidential palace in order to be tried by the supreme dictator, General Pomposo himself.
And you were given a trial.
They sent for someone who could speak English. Turned out he was an American named Jenkins, and the trial was on. Old Pomposo, who must have weighed 300 pounds, bald-headed, beady-eyed, with a fierce black mustache, glares at me and says,
the general asked you, ¿Cómo se llama? He wants to know your name.
Well, tell him it's Bernard O'Keefe.
Se llama Bernardo O'Keefe. Oh, by the way, he also said, tírale en 3 semanas.
Yeah, well, what does that mean?
You got to back up against the old Adobe partner. 3 weeks, I believe you got.
Friend, would you mind translate that again with footnotes and a glossary? I don't know whether I'm being discharged, condemned, or handed over to the Watch and Warn Society.
Well, you don't understand. I'll explain.
Would you please?
You're to be stood up against the wall and shot in 2 or 3 weeks. 3, I think he said.
Yeah. Would you mind asking for me which...
Well, it don't make an awful lot of difference, does it?
Yeah, well, I admit a week doesn't amount to too much after you're dead, but it does seem a real nice long spell while you're alive. Now, look, I'll tell you what I want to do. You get me the U.S. consul as fast as lightning.
What for?
What for? You heard the man say I'd be shot in 2 weeks.
Well, it might have been 3. Should I ask him again?
Not on your tin type. You get the consul, will you?
Now, look, what do you want to bother the State Department over all this for?
You get Uncle Sam on that cable. You ask him to send down the USS Kentucky, followed by the Oregon and the Brooklyn. That'll be about enough battleships. We could also use a couple of cruisers, some torpedo boats. Hey, look, what are you standing there for? Go get the consul.
See, I can't go get him.
Why?
Because he's here. I'm the U.S. consul.
You a threadbare, down-at-the-heel specimen like you, you're a member of the State Department?
What were you expecting, Elihu Root, John Jay or something? The fact is, the United States cannot interfere in this.
What do you mean the U.S. can't interfere? What's the U.S. for except to protect the rights of its citizens?
Fact is, you were caught insurging against the government. You're subject to the laws of this country.
Yes, but I'm an American citizen.
Well, you is and you ain't. That's an interesting legal point.
What is?
You enlisted in and served in the foreign army.
What army?
Well, you were captured at the head of troops.
Troops? You call those circus clowns troops?
And when you do that, it's possible you forfeit all claims to American citizenship.
Now, look here. I voted the Republican ticket all my life.
And you then claim to be a patriotic American citizen?
Absolutely.
Well, behave like one, then. Don't embarrass the United States.
What do you mean, don't embarrass?
We can't afford to antagonize these foreign countries. It's bad foreign policy. So for the good of your country's foreign relations, just do the decent thing and don't kick up a fuss.
You mean you're going to stand by and let them shoot me? Wait, what are you looking at?
Oh, your clothes.
My clothes?
Well, the government back home says I can take them after you're dead, if they fit me. As part payment of my salary.
Hey, look, you gotta do something. You gotta.
You got any folks you want me to notify? I'll write and tell them you died bravely. That is, if you got the money for a stamp.
They locked me up in what I can only describe as a brick bakery. The temperature was just about the kind mentioned in those recipes that call for a quick oven. The door was of heavy iron. There were steel bars on the window. The walls and the floor were solid rock. The sentries were big and tough and mean-looking. Well, I had 14 days of life left, and then 13, and then 12. And nothing was in sight that could save me. And then one day, I had a visitor.
Hello, Yank. Getting yourself a little taste of Johnson's Island now, ain't you?
Hey, Doc. Doc, it looks bad.
The U.S. of A. has done gone off and left you,
Hey,
Yank.
Doc, can't you suspend hostilities long enough to do something for me?
Well, now, Yank, there's nothing to it.
Nothing to what?
Getting out of this particular scrape. Have you got money?
Me? I got $2.50, and it's in Mexican coins.
Yank, I got a good notion to help you.
You do?
Man can't do it alone. He needs the influence and power of the government behind him.
Yeah, but my government won't lift a finger.
I wasn't talking about your government. I'm talking about mine.
Which government's that?
The only government in the world that can get you out of this difficulty. The grandest nation that ever existed. The Confederate States of America.
But, Doc, the Confederacy ain't a nation.
It ain't.
It's been dead 40 years.
That's a lie. She's running along as solid as the Roman Empire. She's the only hope you got. Now, being a Yank, you gotta go through some preliminary obsequies before you can get official aid. You gotta take the oath of allegiance to the Confederacy. Then I guarantee she'll do all she can for you. What do you say, Yank? It's your last chance.
Well, why not, Doc? I always did like corn, whiskey, and possum.
In that case, repeat after me. I, Bernard O'Keefe,
I, Bernard O'Keefe,
being of sound body but a Republican mind, do hereby transfer my fealty, loyalty, respect, and allegiance to the Confederate States of America.
I repeated those words after the Doc, and he went away with a smile on his face. The next day came and went, and the day after, and the day after. I was that much closer to the adobe wall, the blindfold, the cigarette. And I was starting to get the jitters. All kinds of crazy dreams at night. And the days... Well, soon there was but 5 days left. Ah, Doc.
Hello, son.
Well, Doc?
Well, what?
Any Confederate ironclads in the offing? Do you hear the sounds of Jeb Stuart's cavalry or Stonewall Jackson sneaking up the rear?
It's too soon for help to come yet. There's been no answer received yet.
No answer, huh?
I'm waiting to hear.
You're waiting to hear. Doc, I don't mean any disrespect, but I get the feeling my chances of being pulled out of here greatly weakened when Robert E. Lee surrendered.
The Confederacy is the only chance you got. And I just come by to report that the proper channels are performing at top efficiency.
Now, what does that mean, Doc? What does that mean? To which he smiled and winked and walked out. Was he playing with me? Taunting me? Why would he do that? Well, why wouldn't he? In the midst of this reverie, which was doing nothing for my morale, another visitor came by.
Blondie.
Rosalia, listen. Have you...
Look at me.
Look at you.
I'm in black. All in black. Do I not look beautiful? I will wear black the rest of my life, as I promised.
Listen, Rosalia, isn't there anybody you can...
Oh, my poor Blondie. Such love, such passion, it would soon burn itself out in any case. Better this way.
Better what way?
Before you have time to grow tired of me and abandon me.
Yeah, I would never abandon you.
Why do we talk, Blondie? This is the last time, querido. See how a golden moon shines in a sky filled with diamond stars.
Rosalia.
Must we stand here and talk? Talk!
Finally, there were just 2 days left. One, really, because on the next, I was to be shot. Shot! I never really believed it could happen, not to me. All that day I waited and waited. No one came, and nothing happened. And then I knew it was all over. The fateful day finally dawned. I heard a key inserted in the door. I saw them. A squad of soldiers with nice, shiny Enfield rifles. The sergeant nodded at me. I got up and followed him out of the cell. He placed me against the adobe wall of the yard, and the soldiers, 7 of them, leveled their rifles at me. The sergeant raised his sword, and I knew when he would bring it down, I would be dead. Nothing could save me. When suddenly...
Hold it! Hold it right there. Here you are, Sergeant. This document signed by General Pomposo. This man has been reprieved. Son, you're a free man.
You mean I'm saved? I'm saved?
Yes, you're saved. Now, come along. We have to go for a walk. Say goodbye to the sergeant.
Goodbye, Sergeant. Gentlemen. Oh, Doc. Doc, how can I thank you?
It ain't me you should thank. It's the Confederate States of America.
I vow to drink to the stars and bars for the rest of my life.
And to sing Dixie.
And to sing Dixie.
Look there. At the dock, a banana steamer loaded and ready to sail in half an hour.
Oh, I see it, Doc.
The Confederacy has booked your passage. Be on her.
I sure will, Doc. But tell me, where were the rescuing troops? If there was gunfire or a shell burst, I didn't hear it.
Delicate negotiations between the two countries was carried on by the purser of that banana boat. $12,000 was paid to the officials in bribes to procure your release.
12,000?
Like I said, from President Pomposo down to the sergeant of the firing party.
But 12,000, where did the money come from?
Yazoo City. I got a little bit saved there.
You mean you spent your own money?
Well, it's no use to me.
Oh, Doc. Oh, Doc, what a great man you are. To spend $12,000 on a stranger, it surely must have been your life savings.
That's what life savings are for, Yank. To save somebody's life. And now you better get on that steamer.
Oh, no, Doc. I'm changing my ways. I have seen the light. I'll stay with you and help heal the sick and comfort the poor.
You do no such thing. Sooner or later, the Presidente is going to find out it's Confederate money.
Confederate money?
Every dollar of it. You better be out to sea when the realization strikes.
Oh, you're goodbye, Doc, you old rebel, you.
Goodbye, Yank. Better not miss your steamer.
Hey, do we have time to sing one chorus of Dixie? I'll take the harmony.
And this, word for word, is the story that Bernard O'Keefe told Mr. William Sidney Porter, better known as O. Henry. Is it true? Well, why not? What is money, anyhow? Pretty colored pieces of paper, shiny discs of metal. It's all in the mind, right? I shall be back shortly. And what is the moral of our story? It's as O. Henry himself said. You can't appreciate home till you've left it. Money till you've spent it. Your wife till she's joined a woman's club. Or Old Glory till you've seen it hanging on a broomstick in the shanty of a consul in some raggedy foreign town. However, you can appreciate us 7 times each week. Our cast included Robert Dryden, Ralph Bell, Bryna Rayburn, Leon Janney, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, click the like button and tell your friends. Tune in next time. We'll take you way back. better.